Guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a great Christmas and an awesome New Year so far. As you can see, I have a random bike behind me. So this is a Schwinn Frontier FS, and it's between a 2002 and a 2006. Now, this bike belongs to a friend of mine that's a vendor alongside my regular job, and he told me that there's some things that need to be adjusted, some things that need to be looked at and taken care of. So I figured what better way to do something that I like to do and to get some content out of it and help a friend out. So this is his bike. He's a really big, physically fit guy. He likes to ride it everywhere. It is just a simple hybrid commuter bike, but it's actually in really great shape. It just definitely needs a good little tune-up. So I figured why not bring you guys along for a tune-up process. And yeah, so I guess without further ado, we have to get we got some things to start looking, some things to start checking. So first things first is the gears. They need to be looked at. So he did let me know that the gearing is a little messed up between second gear in the back and the second chainring on the front. So we're going to definitely dive into that and take a look at it. The other thing is going to be his tubes. His tires, he said they pretty much are low every time he rides. So we're going to definitely throw some new tubes in there, no problem. The fork, he wasn't really aware of, so that's something else we're going to take a look at. When I got off the bike, when he gave me the bike to take a look at, I noticed the fork did no give at all. It was almost just like it was locked out. And pretty much I believe this fork's going to need a service, so we're going to definitely just do that. It's a simple coil fork, so it shouldn't be too hard. We just want to make sure that it is greased and lubed correctly and everything's tightened down right. While we also have the fork off, we're going to go ahead and get the headset cleaned and everything re-greased. That way it's in good condition for him to keep riding. And then we're going to get the brakes addressed, as well as this chain. His chain has definitely seen better days. He does ride it in the rain. Has washed it some as well. It says that if he's done that and hasn't lubed it correctly, then that's going to happen, which is fine. If we can't get the chain revived, I do have an extra chain that I could probably throw on it and make it work. So push comes to shove, he's going to get a new chain as well. So yeah, I guess without further ado, join me. Let's get this thing cleaned up so we can start with a fresh, clean environment here. And yeah, so let's start the time lapse of getting this cleaned. So there we have it. We have a nice clean canvas to work on. I know it isn't perfect, but we're going to dive into it just a little bit more. I just wanted it to kind of get some of the gunk and grime out of the way. So next we are going to go ahead and just disassemble this front end here. We're going to get the handlebars off, get the stem bearings, get the headset bearings, the stem off, drop the fork, get the wheel out of there. That way we can have everything out, and then we can take a look at how everything is. So let's get to taking this all off and see what we're working with here. And just like I suspected, there is definitely a lot of rust in this headset bearing here, and not much grease to help protect that. So we are definitely going to be taking care of that. And as you could, hopefully you could see that the fork was definitely got some rust on it as well. I'm not sure if it caught on camera, but this stem just poured out water everywhere, that yucky brown water there. So it definitely had some water build up in it, so I'm definitely glad we're going to pull it all off and take a look. But yeah, let's get this all cleaned up, and yeah, maybe we can go and get the fork tore down too, and then we can get these nice clean bearings back in. Alright guys, so like I said, we got the bearings and stuff pulled out. These are all from the fork and the top tube itself and the headset. These are definitely have seen way better days. So tell you what, how about we just do fresh ones? How about that? That actually looks a lot better. These are brand new, never been used bearings, so these should last a really long time with some proper grease. So yeah, let's get the rest of the stuff cleaned up, and then yeah, we can get all that taken care of. Now that we got the headset and the head tube cleaned up, now they're ready for the fresh brand new bearings, and I'm glad we're able to get those. Next, we're going to take a look at this fork. So like I said, this is a simple fork. This is a RST Omni 191 with 19 by 100 mil dropouts and a straight steer, as you can see for this bike. Very long. And I'm going to say, safe to say that this has never seen a service. And after some further inspection and looking around, this is actually really easy to service, and probably just to go through, it's a good thing anyway. So what we're gonna do is, hopefully you guys can see, is that right here there is some flat spots on both sides for these preload caps here, and then there's also some 4mm bolts here at the bottom, and that is how it retains. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop these off here and get these out, and then we should be able to get the whole fork taken apart and kind of see what's going on, make sure that the sleeves and everything on the coils are doing what they're supposed to. Also see why this isn't compressing. So here's what I was talking about. That is supposed to be about 80 to 100 millimeters worth of travel there, and as you can see right here, there's oil buildup. So something's not right. We're gonna definitely take a look at it. I don't want this fork to fail. Hopefully it hasn't already. I'm going to do what I can to hopefully revive it and get it working back to the way it was. So let's tear into it and see what's going on. So as you guys can see, as I pulled this apart, that isn't supposed to be like that. So this is water and grease. This is what happens when this two have been in the fork for so long, and it's just gotten this nasty stuff. So unfortunately, that's not good. But good thing is it is torn apart, so it's out of it. So we're gonna have to take the time and get this thing nice and clean, so that when we reassemble it, it doesn't look like this. right here, this is the sleeve that I was mentioning. So this sleeve prevents the spring from going like this too much and making a bunch of noise. Unfortunately, I don't see it inside of this tube, and sometimes that's a fine because it can get trapped inside of here. Oh yeah, This thing has just got sludge built up inside of it. Yeah, that's not good. We're gonna make sure we get a bunch of alcohol in here. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing what I need to see in here as far as that sleeve goes, which is fine. It just helps prevent the fork from being too noisy. But yeah, we're gonna try and get this all cleaned up and get it back together. So let's do a quick time lapse of that.